Hello, how are we all getting on? Welcome back to another video on the channel. So we're back with the match preview of our up and coming game on Good Friday at the Cardiff City Stadium against Cardiff City. But just before we get into the video, as you know, we're running these competitions with LU Soccer. They send us a free one every month. We've also just joined up with the Retro Hub to do a little bit of a collab with them. The link is in the description below. They have got some great Sunderland retro stuff on the site, as you can see here. Great items. So have a look on the website, have a little bit nosy around, and anything what you fancy, obviously just order through the site. But so that's just a little bit of a plug for the Retro Hub, and there'll be a bit more on LU Soccer at the end of the video. So Cardiff City, managed by Errol Balut. Now, didn't really know too much about him. I know he's done quite a good job since he went there, but as you can see here, he's managed mainly abroad. But since he went to Cardiff, he was appointed on the 3rd of June. He's had 42 games, he's won 17, drew 6, lost 19, got a win percentage of 40%. Overall, got a career win percentage of nearly 43%. So, you know, it's decent. And he has led them to 11th place. They are 1 place and 5 points above us at this moment in time. Been on a great run, won 4 of the last 5 games, but they did lose the Welsh derby 2-0 to Swansea before the international break. Now before that, they had 4 wins on the bounce. They had a fantastic win against Ipswich. They beat Huddersfield, Bristol City and Stoke. So, you know, they're a team in decent form. They have got some good players as well, some good players at this level. So you can see top players are Perry NG, Dimitri Gutas and Joe Rolls, the captain. He's been there, you know, they've been their 3 most standout players this season. With Perry NG, defender with 6 goals, top goal scorer. Carlin Grant's got 5 and Dimitri Gutas has got 4 as well. And assists, Rolls 7, Perry NG 4 and Ryan Wintle 4. So you can see that their best players are Perry NG, Joe Rolls, very influential midfielder. So they've got a good, decent side. Not a team full of household names, but Balut's got them playing very well, and they are going to be a danger. They're very good at home. You know, I think they're around about the 10th, 11th in the home form table. So it's going to be no easy game going down there today on Friday. It's going to be very, very tough based on the form that we're in. You know, what can you say about us really, apart from disaster? You just got to hope that this international break has kind of helped us a little bit. You know, kind of refreshed the batteries and kind of made a bit of a reset. The 0-0 draw against QPR did kind of stop the run of 6 defeats in a row, but to be fair, it probably could and should have been another defeat, and it should have been 7. Hadn't been for Anthony Patterson with his man of the match performance, it would have been probably a 3 or 4-0 defeat, considering we never had a shot on target. So just because we got a 0-0 draw doesn't really mean anything for me. It was still a shocking performance. Lack of ideas. On the plus side of it, we have got some players back. So Corey Evans, Bradley Dack and Adji Alisson returning to fitness. Now, whether the game on Friday is going to be too soon, I'm guessing they'll probably all be on the bench, I would have thought. Bradley Dack, not much influence at all, so I'm not really too concerned about him being back, but we've certainly missed Alisson when he's fit and in the team. He gives us something different, he gives us balance on the left hand side. And Corey Evans was obviously missed the experience, but there's always going to be that doubt as can he do it at championship level. He was great for us in League One, you know, but when he was at Blackburn, they released him because probably they thought he wasn't up to the task in the championship. So how good is he going to be after this long-term injury as well? But experience-wise, that will be invaluable. On the side note, Adji Alisson has just signed a new contract this week till 2027. Like I said, he's a great player, really, really good, and a great prospect, but as we know, he's injury prone. So, you know, I'd like to know your thoughts. Would you have given him a new contract, or would you have waited to see how he comes back from this latest injury? Because the last time he came back, played 2 games, was out again. So what's your thoughts on Adji Alisson's new contract? players out. So we've still got the likes of Dennis Serkin, Jensen Seelt, Niall Huggins, Nasri Russian, Jack Clark, Roberts, all big players who are currently out at the moment, which is not making the team selection any easier, or Mike Dodds' task any easier trying to pick a side. That's kind of been proved in the last 6 games that have been absolutely shocking. So based on the players that you'll have available, what kind of team do you think you'll put out at the weekend or Friday? Well, this is the team that I would probably pick based on who's available. So I'd have Patterson in goal. I'd have Trey Hume, Dan Ballard, Luke O'Nien back from suspension, will come straight back into the side with Leo Hjelde at left back. In the middle, I'd have Dan Neil and Pierre Ekwa. And I'd probably kind of go without the centre forward. I'd have Abdullah Bar on the right, Romain Mund on the left. I'd kind of have Adil Sheesh and Joe Bellingham just playing off the front and playing without a striker. In recent games, we've had Emir up there, we've had Burst up there, and it hasn't worked. Emir, for me, he's had his chance, and he's not even looked like scoring, not remotely looked like scoring at all, since he's had them run of games. So for me, we're probably best off playing without a striker. When we've done that in the previous games where we've made a sub, we've took the striker off and played with an extra midfielder, we've actually looked more dangerous. So for me, that's the way I would go. But let me know what your thoughts are on the comments below in what team you would pick. Subs, it'll probably be Bishop, Pembele, Elise, Evans, Dak, Rigg, Burstow, Emir and Harrison Jones. A bit more experience, like I see, back on the bench, and hopefully we can see the likes of Evans and Elise get on and get some minutes over the next 2 games. But that's the team I would go with. Now, score predictions. Now, I didn't like predicting us to get beat, but Cardiff have been a bit of a bogey side over the previous years, although we did win down there last year 1-0 with Dennis Serkin getting the goal. But like I say, they've been a bit of a thorn in our side over recent years, so I really can't see us getting any more points at the weekend. Cardiff still have an outside chance of reaching the playoffs, so I'm going to go for Cardiff City 2, Sunderland 1. But get your score predictions in the comments below. The Atletico Madrid shirt from LU Soccer wasn't won again in the last game, the QPR game, so nobody predicted the 0-0. So anybody gets the score prediction right against Cardiff will win the Atletico Madrid shirt. It'll also get you points towards the end of season competition for the new strip for next season. Now, with rumours to be to confirm, we've seen the league kits. It's meant to be the Hummel kit. It looks really, really nice. So that'll be up for grabs at the end of the season or the start of next season. This is the leaderboard of where we are. This is your top 10. So Kip Vieira is in the league with 36 points, followed by Kenneth Allen with 34, David Williams 32, Alex Dixon 23, along with David Maynell, David Edwards 21, Man of the World 16, Ian Banks 15, Brian Greener and John T on 14, Banks and Bell, David Newell, Peter Smith on 11, with Christopher Mr. Jones and Stephen Simpson on 10. So, like I say, get your score predictions in the comments below to count for the Atletico Madrid competition and the end of season competition. Now, just a little bit more news to bring you. Season tickets online renewals has been a bit of a fiasco. As you know, Emma from our STFC Fan TV, she's had issues to try and renew her 4 season tickets online. She's wanting to pay by direct debit, but the website keeps on crashing, keeps on coming up with an error. Now, she emailed the club to ask for help, to kind of lay out what the issues were and the issues she was facing, and this is the response she got. Good afternoon, you will need to renew online to renew by direct debit. Well, no shit, Sherlock, that's what she's been trying to do. If this does not work, you will need to visit the ticket office. Kind regards, ticket office. So that's all well and good if you live local and you can get down to the ticket office, but as you know, we have got fans who travel from all over the country and they can't just pop into the ticket office if they're having this issue. So, again, more of an example of how poorly we are run off the pitch. And as I said, there's been some investment and some things going on in the background about the new ticket, about the ticketing procedure, and it's going to improve. But as this shows you, it hasn't improved. Anybody else who's had issues renewing the season tickets via the online platform, let me know below so I can feed that back. But you know, like I say, it's easy if you can pop into the ticket office, but not everybody's got that option. So then what do? And this has been an issue now for a good season a bit. This online ticket platform where it's crashing, keeps giving you an error. It's auto renew when you didn't want it to auto renew and that sort of stuff. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below about this, about if you've had any issues. Now, also this week, you might have seen that the March minutes of the supporters meeting came out yesterday with a statement from KLD around the Black Cats bar incident. Now, we know it's in the past, we know it's done and dusted, it was a shambles and it got a lot of people's backs up. But this is what KLD had to say. He wasn't there, but this is what he had a statement to say. So, following the conclusion of an internal investigation requested by the club's board of directors, we identified that a serious error in judgment was made in relation to the Black Cats bar. We now understand how this error in judgment was made and have identified where accountability sits, confirming that the action taken was inexcusable and, more importantly, preventable. Although employment law prevents us from sharing any information, all staff involved in the matter were interviewed, and following the conclusion of a detailed internal inquiry, the appropriate levels of action have been now taken to conclude this process. At the last meeting with the supporters groups, we made a commitment to putting fans at the heart of all that we do. That commitment is unwavering, and as supporters you will soon start to see meaningful change. We understand where we need to improve, and this includes an ongoing requirement to continually develop our people and refine our processes. In the coming months, we are excited about bringing that commitment to life and embracing it through all levels of our club. So reading between the lines, looks like the people who were responsible for that Black Cats bar incident have been sacked without wanting to say they've been sacked. Now, Steve Davison was at the meeting, so he's not one of them that's been sacked, so I don't know who it'll be, but it looks like KLD has got to the bottom of it. The people who insinuated it or instigated it have been dismissed, but obviously you can't see it. So what's your thoughts on that? Now, also on that supporters meeting, Kristjaan Speakman made some kind of interesting comments about things that I've spoken about on the channel many times. On the new manager search, he said, on the head coach search, he added, the club consciously had a period of reflection after Michael Beale's departure and are now engaging in meetings with prospective head coaches. This will flow into formal interviews and a decision. Now that kind of ties in with what Michael Dodds said last week, that the club have shortlisted some managers. Them interviews are now taking place. If the club identify a manager, that person could be in the day after tomorrow, or it could be end of the season. Now we'll have to wait and see on that one. Now Malcolm Bromley from the Senior Supporters Association asked if an assistant coach could be appointed beside any potential new head coaches, and Kristjaan Speakman confirmed a head coach would be able to bring in assistant coach or coaches providing it was an appropriate recommendation. He added that the club are also keen to maintain consistency and continuity across football operations. As like new ideas, input and people, this will aid success. Now, reading between the lines, that says to me that if Speakman doesn't like the recommendation, then it'll be a no. So again, this is what we've been speaking about, that this power mad issue of Kristjaan Speakman, that if he doesn't like something, he'll say no and people will turn us down. That's the reason why we haven't been able to attract a good manager following Tony Mowbray's departure, like I've said many times. So it's like he's saying, yes, I'm open to the idea, but if I don't like it, then it'll be a no. And wanting to keep the club's continuity, that to me said he wants to keep the people in place who, for me, could be the root cause of the issue. He also went on to speak about the lack of a striker. In January, the club made significant efforts to sign 2 forwards, where the associated fees were considerable. Unfortunately, they were not able to complete these deals for reasons outside the club's control, including the individual preferences of the players and their parent clubs. One of these players was over 30 years of age, which was an area highlighted earlier. Now, I'm guessing one of those players was Kiefer Moore. which if it turns out that the players actually turned us down, then there's not really much we can do. But to only have 2 targets, when you're seriously lacking in firepower, is not good enough. So make of them comments what you will. What's your thoughts on that? For me, I'm still firmly in the Speakman out corner. It'll take a hell of a lot to change my mind on him. Like I've said many times before, yes, got us out of League One through the back door, through the playoffs. Last season, we kind of fell lucky mainly due to Tony Mowbray and Ahmad. This season has been a shambles, and I don't think they've got it in them to take us forward. I'd love for them to prove us wrong. I'd love things to change, but for me, nothing's going to change moving forward as long as Speakman's at the club. He's too involved, he's too power mad, he's got too much to say, and he's too influential. And I think KLD needs to realise this and just get rid of him in the summer. Bring in a new sporting director, let the new head coach or new manager bring in his own people, his own staff, and let's get back to being a normal club. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. On the new head coach search, these are the current odds. So Will Still has now moved to evens favourite, closely followed by Roy Keane, Danny Roll, Steve Cooper, Paul Higginbottom. Now, out of those managers, Will Still, yes, 100% I would take him. Wish we'd get him like when we approached him last time, but because of the compensation, that now won't apply in the summer. So if Will Still is available in the summer, he for me will be one I'll be definitely targeting. Roy Keane, in the short term, till the end of the season, I would have probably brought him in. But for me, not long term. For one, he won't work with Kristjaan Speakman, and I've got no idea why he's 11 to 10. It's an absolutely crazy price. It's just a book. He's trying to take money off people. Danny Roll, who's at Chef Wed, yes, I would have him. Done a fantastic job with them. Turned them around since he went into there. So great up and coming young manager. Steve Cooper, of course, you would take him. Again, the experience is there. What he did with Forest, great manager, great people manager, would be a great addition. Paul Higginbottom, well, no, I wouldn't have him. It doesn't really float my boat at all. Solskjaer is 5 to 1, and I wouldn't have him either. Although yes, he's been at Man United, but he's also been at Championship level before, Cardiff, and they sacked him. So for me, I wouldn't have him. Scott Parker would be a no from me as well. Although I think he's done well in the Championship and getting teams promoted. He did criticise Bournemouth's model, where it was the similar type of model to us, and he didn't like it. So Alex Neil, 100% no, I wouldn't have him back. And the last three of Lampard, Rooney, and Gerrard would be a no, because you didn't want them anywhere near the club. They've failed everywhere they've been, so no on them. But let me know what your thoughts are as well on this current manager situation. So please like and share the video if you don't mind. Hit that subscribe button. Watch out for the match review coming out from the Cardiff game on Friday night. We'll also have a preview coming out for Blackburn on Easter Monday. But as I always say, it's greatly appreciated. Thanks to everybody who's subscribed so far. We have just hit the 275,000 views mark, which is absolutely incredible. So to thank you to everybody for watching and sharing and subscribing. Like I said, don't forget, we have got collabs with LU Soccer and the Retro Hub. The descriptions are in below. Have a look at the websites. As an example, the New England strip is £120 in the shops to buy. LU Soccer have got it, I think it's for about 35 quid. The quality is great. It's massively a massive saving. So have a look on LU Soccer, get the discount, and watch out for some more shirts coming. But like I say, get your scorpions in. Thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.